All right, let's jump right in. Today we're exploring a text so profound it's actually called the Song of Songs. We're talking about the first 4 chapters of the Song of Solomon. Now, this is a book that surprises a lot of people with its really passionate, poetic celebration of love. So let's peel back the layers and see what this incredible ancient love story can teach us. So here's our roadmap. We're going to start with the bold expressions of desire you see in chapter 1. Then we'll get into why patience is so important in chapter 2. From there, things get dramatic with a search and reunion in chapter 3. And finally, we'll get to see this intimate celebration of beauty in chapter 4, before we tie it all together. So what is this ancient poem really all about? Well, at its very heart, it's a celebration of covenant love. Now, when you hear covenant, don't just think of a promise. Think of it as a sacred, binding, all-in commitment. This song uses such rich, sensory language to explore desire and honor, framing physical intimacy as a holy and beautiful thing within the safety of that bond. Okay, chapter 1. It just throws us right into the deep end. Seriously, there's no slow build-up here. It kicks off with this immediate, powerful spark of desire and affection between the two lovers. And that really sets the tone for the entire song. The song opens with the bride's voice, and, she is remarkably bold. She doesn't wait around. She immediately expresses this deep longing for intimacy. She declares his love is better than wine. In a time when female voices were often, kind of quieted, this is just a powerful, unapologetic statement of desire. And here's the thing, the admiration is completely mutual. It goes both ways. The beloved responds with his own poetic praise, focusing on her beauty and this gentle nature he sees in her eyes, comparing them to doves. This back and forth praise, well, that's the foundation of their entire relationship. It's all about mutually honoring one another. And this brings us to a really fascinating metaphor, the vineyard. The bride mentions that while she was forced to take care of other people's vineyards, she neglected her own. Now, this isn't just about farming. It's a symbol for her past life, her past duties. But now, with her beloved, her priorities have totally shifted. Her focus, her energy, everything is now devoted to him. So, the big lesson from chapter 1 is pretty clear. This kind of love isn't one-sided, not at all. It's built on a solid foundation of mutual desire and open admiration. And it's transformational. It's powerful enough to make you completely reorder your life and priorities around the person you love. Moving into chapter 2, their bond gets even deeper. And now the song introduces a really critical new theme, the wisdom of patience, and why timing is everything in love. The bride now describes her beloved as totally unique, like a fruitful apple tree standing out among all the ordinary trees in the forest. For her, he provides shelter, security, and great delight. It's just this beautiful picture of how the right kind of love feels like a safe harbor, a place of deep satisfaction. And right here, this is the central refrain of the entire song. This line is so important, it's repeated throughout the book. It's this solemn warning. Don't force it. Don't rush intimacy. Now, this isn't about suppressing desire, not at all. It's about honoring that desire by allowing it to blossom in its own perfect time. It's a profound call for patience. I absolutely love this imagery of spring. It's the perfect symbol for the right season for their love. The cold, dormant winter is finally over, and now it's a time for new life, for growth. He's inviting her to step into this brand new season with him, to share in this flourishing love. So what chapter 2 really teaches us is that true love brings with it security and joy. It hammers home the wisdom of patience, of not trying to force a relationship before it's time. And it shows us that love is an invitation into a vibrant new season of life. Okay, chapter 3 is where we get a bit of drama and tension. It explores that painful feeling of separation, the desperation of searching for the one you love, and of course, the incredible joy of being reunited. We follow the bride on this really anxious journey. And whether it's a dream or something that really happened, the emotion is just so real. She searches for him at night, and her longing is so strong she leaves her home and wanders the city streets, even asking the watchman for help. Her love isn't passive, it's active, it's determined. And this is the climax of her whole search. The relief and the joy are just overwhelming. When she finally finds him, she clings to him, and she's determined never to be separated again. It's such a beautiful picture of the security that comes from finding the one your soul loves. Then the scene just shifts dramatically. We get this magnificent royal procession. This isn't just a private reunion anymore, it's a public spectacle. The lavish chariot, the armed guards, they all symbolize the great honor, the value, and the security of their covenant. The text even calls it the day of his espousals, pointing directly to a public, celebrated wedding commitment. So the lessons here are pretty clear. True love is active, it's persistent. The joy you feel when you're reunited after being apart is just immense. And finally, this kind of committed love isn't meant to be hidden away. It's meant to be honored, protected, and celebrated out in the open. In Chapter 4, the voice of the beloved really takes center stage. He launches into this intricate, poetic celebration of his bride's beauty, all in preparation for their sacred marital union. He describes her from head to toe, using all this imagery that would have been so meaningful back then. Her eyes are gentle like doves. Her smile is perfect. Her neck is strong and stately like a tower. This isn't just empty flattery. It's a deep, specific, heartfelt appreciation for every single part of who she is. This verse just perfectly captures how he feels. After detailing all her beautiful features, he sums it all up with this powerful declaration. In his eyes, through the lens of his love, she is completely, utterly perfect. It's an expression of total adoration. Now, the central metaphor of this whole chapter is the garden enclosed. This means that she is set apart exclusively for him. A locked garden, a sealed spring, these images speak so powerfully of purity, faithfulness, and the sacred, protected nature of the intimacy they're about to share. It's a space that only he is invited into. So, after all that, what does it all mean when we put it together? Well, a few core themes really emerge from these chapters that form the absolute heart of the entire song. Through all this poetic dialogue and rich metaphor, these chapters really lay out a blueprint for a profound relationship. It's a covenant love, marked by mutual honor and respect. It champions patience, warning us not to rush something so sacred. It celebrates purity and faithfulness as the very foundation for an exclusive union. And it portrays intimacy, not as something to be ashamed of, but as a beautiful and holy celebration. And this leaves us with a final, kind of challenging question. In a world that so often prizes instant gratification and casual connections, what if we took this ancient song seriously? I mean, how would our view of love totally change if we really valued mutual honor, patient timing, and sacred commitment above everything else? That's definitely something worth thinking about.